we live? What's up? What's up? Let's see if we're going through. Everything should be fine, hopefully. Oh, now we're about to go live. Now we're live. Man, this is usually like a delay. Oh, snap. Y'all saw my little secret. Nah, copy and paste. Hold on. I usually put that in the chat. But I'll modify welcome to my live. There we go. Put that up in there. And we're going to pin that message. All right. What's up, everybody? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to those that don't celebrate Christmas and has a different holiday for the season. Much respect and much love to how you enjoy this time of year. Thank you for rocking out. Man, this fan is going off the hook now. 10, man. Laptops. Do y'all hear the fan in the background? I don't know if y'all hear it. But it's purring like a kitten right now. Gotta make this thing go quiet. All right. Are we live? I haven't seen much interaction from the chat. Hey, chat, we good? We stuck? Let a brother know. What's popping? What's happening? Are we good? All right. For a minute, I was kind of nervous. I was like, what's happening? Oh, your default. All right, no doubt. We sounding good? Everything's all right? Let me fix this a little bit. There we go. There we go. Boom. How is everyone doing this fine Saturday evening, afternoon, or whatever is your time of day? Got a couple of topics to talk about. No loud fan, all right, cool, because I'm hearing the fan, but maybe I'm doing a good job of getting it filtered out. All right, let me know if the fan is bothering y'all. All right. Watching Seinfeld, classic show. Classic show. That's a classic too, man. Shout out to the chat. Thank you so much for rocking out. Hit the like button. If you don't mind sharing this out, I truly appreciate it. Couple of things I want to talk about. Shout out to Glassdoor Gamer with the super chat. He says, happy holidays, Sega Channel, Glassdoor Gamer. Oh yeah, Sega Channel on Twitter. That's what's up. Yeah, I see you. I see your content. I see your comments. Happy holidays, Glassdoor. The guy with TDS talking about PDS if irony was a person and stuff. Man, you still talking politics, Eazy-E? Like, bro, you gotta move on. Trump won. You gotta find a new hobby, bro. Right now, all we could do is just sit back and write out the 4 years. Hopefully, you guys are right. That's it. Man, you guys are still arguing. That shit is still funny. It's funny that you came on because I talk about gamers and these Trump dudes still come on the timeline. Like, bro, the election's over. Like, that's it. What's done is done. All we could do now is write out the 4 years. And hopefully you guys are right. I pray you guys are right. Because we don't have a choice but to hope that you guys are right. That's it. We don't have a choice. Because if you guys are wrong, I'm not going to go on the internet and be like, ha! No, because we're screwed. So that's not. So saying gotcha on the internet doesn't mean shit. If reality is sucks, so now We don't have a choice but to hope that Trump is going to do what he's going to do. Because if he doesn't, then we're so fucked. And I don't want to be fucked. You know, I'll be honest. I hope. Listen, shout out to Easy. Craig, Sony told the PC Xbox to get ready. Four cheeks busting. Oh man, Craig out here being ruthless. You're being ruthless, Craig. You're being ruthless, Craig. You're a grown man. Craig is grown. Craig's out here grown. Shout out to Easy. Easy says, you're right, P-Rack. I love you, dog. Let's talk gaming. Absolutely. Let's talk gaming. And, hey, let's hope you guys were right. Let's hope I was absolutely wrong. Because if I'm right, believe me, I won't be happy about it. So I'm hoping that you guys had it right. I hope the majority is right. Because I benefit if you guys are right. So we all benefit. So cross your fingers. And all I could do is wish for the president or the president-elect, who's going to be president of the United States in January, absolutely does what he says he's going to do. Bring down the bacon. Bacon's expensive. We can't get bacon. I love bacon. You know what I'm saying? So cheap bacon's good. Get the price down on bacon. In fact, I just had my bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich today. You know? So get the price down on bacon. Can't get bacon? Let's get that bacon. I want my bacon to be cheaper. I can eat more of it. Everybody loves a bacon cheeseburger. Who doesn't love a bacon cheeseburger? You right? You know, no tax on overtime. That, you know what? So I like that. So I would say the no tax on overtime, absolutely love it. Cause all right, so most of you know I'm in, you know, I serve in the Marine Corps. For those who don't know already, I submitted for retirement. My retirement is approved. So January 2026 is actually my last month in active duty. But with my holidays, you know, leave and I earn and stuff like that, I'll be out of working in the Marine Corps, even though I'll still be under the payroll. But October, November-ish is around my time I'll be leaving California, moving to Florida. I plan to have my retirement ceremony October, November. I have to lock down the dates. But what I will do is I will have my retirement ceremony on YouTube. You know, it's been a long time, you know, so you'll see it live. You'll see it live on YouTube, my retirement ceremony. But even though my retirement ceremony will be like October, November, I am still a Marine until the last day of January. January 31st is my last day as an active duty Marine of the active component. Then after that, I'm done. I don't have to shave every day. I can let my hair grow out. I can do all that stuff, right? That's it, you know. All that good stuff, you know. And I can't wait. I can't wait. It's time. I've been doing this for a long time. You guys don't know. A long time. But I will talk. And the good part is, believe it or not, a lot of conversations I don't have or I stay away from, especially when it comes to politics. Really, politics is just poisonous in general, but really military. I know a lot of people ask me questions about the military a lot. And there's a lot of things I can't say. I could say the basic stuff, you know, stuff that, you know, people interested in house life, whatever. But there's a lot, the criticisms. There's a lot of criticisms I can't really say publicly because the Marine Corps military, DOD, has rules of social media conduct and being active duty military. So we got to be really careful, right? I see some military TikTok stuff. I'm like, whoa. Some of the stuff I seen, I'm like, man, you guys are really toting that line on the content, you know, Mil Talk. It's called Mil Talk, right? People in the military doing TikToks. It's like hashtag Mil Talk, MIL. You about to get hemmed up if you keep going the way you're going. But so I keep out of it. So a lot of conversations, a lot of stuff, a lot of content. Like, you know, if you know, I try to prevent that stuff. But make no mistake, once I retire, other than the NDA stuff that I could never talk about ever in my life, there's gonna be some combos. You know, I want to be honest. So as far as you guys, content, you know, the people who rock out, the subscribers, I anticipate some additional, I ain't gonna say changes, just additions to the channel that I'm looking forward to once I'm out of the military, right? Once things, right? One of the things that I would love to implement was more, I think more interaction with you guys, right? Not too much because then it'd be like too much, but besides one podcast a week, 60 frames no lag, I always wanted to do something like this, right? Add more time to do a live. One, just me directly with you, and we kind of like what we're gonna do now and what we're about to do today. And a few times I went live. I know a lot of people really enjoyed that, right? Not gaming. He says, you retired for gaming? No, not gaming, man. The Marines, military. Gaming, listen, I'm gonna play gaming until I get rheumatoid arthritis. Until my fingers lock. All right, and hopefully they'll have shit that you can play with your mind. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep gaming until my hands lock. you know, until the wheels fall off. You know, it is what it is. Until I get glaucoma. You know, but once I'm out of the military and I'm in civilian life, I plan to do more for the channel. You guys probably wonder, why didn't you just do it while you're in the military? See, the thing about the military is when you gotta go, and you know what I mean, then you gotta go, right? At any point, when the phone rings and I'm out, I'll be out for like 6, 7, 8 months, a year. And I can't tell you guys. And all of a sudden you'll be like, what's Puertorock? Why isn't Puertorock doing anything? And the job called. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't want to set anything in motion that if I did, now all of a sudden I couldn't continue it because the priority is being a Marine. So that's always the number one priority from the job. Um, so if they told me, hey, get on that boat, you're going to a foreign country and you're going to be there for 8 months, then I guess what? I'm in a foreign country and I can't go live in that country. Be like, hey, there's Puertorock here in fucking Loki. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not possible. That's not how it works. So most of you will be like, oh man, this guy just fell off the radar. And then the rumors will start and all that weird shit, right? So I was always like, you know what? I'm not gonna go dive too deep in the channel only because there's a certain limitation that I have, right? But I am looking forward to retirement. I am looking forward to investing more into this channel, and we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be great. It's going to be great. You're going to love. It's gonna be the best ever. The best channel, Puertorock77. I love that guy. That guy's great. He's great. you know. But yeah, really good to be here. So yeah, listen. Once he's the president, I can't be doing that while I'm on active duty. So you won't see no more jokes. Listen, yeah, listen. When I think his inauguration is January 20th, you're not gonna see me say shit about the man because he would be the commander in chief. So I'm not gonna say a damn thing. Don't be tagging me. Don't be saying nothing. I'm gonna delete it, block. Because once he's the president, zip. Not gonna say nothing about the commander in chief. Nothing. Don't even tag me. I will block you until I retire. Then I'm back to doing the thing. But no, we was like, why? Why is that? Because I'm in active duty military, right? So it's all more about the professionalism of the job and the responsibility of being in the military, right? Once he's the president of the United States, you got to show respect to the position and stuff like that. Regardless, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna blindly agree to his positions. Just I will not publicly shame him or whatever. That's not gonna happen. January 20th, I think is his inauguration day. The radio's off. I will not entertain any topics on President Trump. At least until I retire. Then after I retire, we could turn it back on because then I'll be a civilian. But other than that, but hey, thank you so much for rocking through. I know we're gonna get into these gaming topics. Shout out to the chat, Jimmy Harrison. Who's in here, man. I haven't done a roll call in a minute, but we got Tool Man 55, Johnny Gaming, Jackknife. We got Robert Olival. I hope I pronounced your last name right. Chris Jones, Andrew Shakespeare, right? We got PRK, Gaming and Collectibles, AC. What's up, my brother? Super Utor, Uter. Man, you guys always challenging my reading skills. I ain't gonna lie, but shout out to Super. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Silver Wolf, Harlem, PS Gamer. Who goes? Daryl Mitchell. What's up? Merry Christmas. Plus Ultra. He says hello. Xbox is trash. High on Life 1012. Talking about that Kadokawa stuff. Glassdoor Gamer, of course. Thank you for the super chat. Easy E up in here. You know, repping MAGA Nation. We got Brandon holiday style. What's your take on the Cerny presentation? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch it. I'm like, man. Yo, the last time I saw his presentation, we only did that. Yo, I fell asleep, bro. That dude's just like, it's like watching a lecture on a subject you hate. I'm like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be honest. I feel like, you know, I'm going to get the crib notes on Twitter anyway. And, of course, Twitter's arguing D-Batch out here fighting for his life. Xbox all over. And we're going to talk about that. Not so much a presentation, but the PlayStation 5 Pro Derangement Syndrome. Shout out to Craig, podcast member. My brother, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. You know, he works in hospital services and stuff like that. So, no, always shout out him out on that. The Brain. Yo, you having a podcast on Tuesday? Oh, man, thank you for saying that. It will be on Monday, 8 p.m., a half hour earlier. So the last podcast of the year will be on Monday because Tuesday is Christmas Eve. So Monday, put that on your calendars. Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and you do the math on your region of the world. Pretty much a half hour earlier. Okay? Podcast. Monday. Last podcast of the year. Won't be the last content of the year, hopefully. But the last podcast of the year, we're going to kick it off, right, on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, Brain, for doing that. Here you go. Silver Wolf, Dynamite J, True Bleed, Brandon Holiday, of course, Kenshiro. What's up? Who else? We got Henry, D Nice, El Nini. What's up? Let's see who else we got up in here. Swallow Pony Juice. That is disgusting. That's a disgusting name. You be playing on PC, don't you? Come on, Swallow. Don't do that. Soldier X. Just Prince. Shout out to you, Mr. BDB. I think you should build your first PC live, P-Rock. Yeah, because apparently that's the only way you could be a PC gamer. You got to build it to put it together. BV, here we go. Let's see who we go. Oh, wait. My thing jumped. Where we at? All right. Lucci Sky, what's good? Luch, what's up? Jimmy Harrison, Patrick Sisson. Sison or Sisson? When you gotta go, you gotta go. Facts. Can't be doing this forever. Let's see. D Nice, you're gonna be a full-time YouTuber? That's interesting, right? Cause I'm old school. I like a paycheck, you know. I like to work, you know, for a company and stuff like that. Get things done. Give me my monies, you know. I will say this. After I retire military and I start my new career, wherever that is, who knows, I'll be able to have more time. If I see that I'm able, by focusing on YouTube, I'm able to make this into career, I will take my shot at it. Why not, right? You only miss the shot you don't take. You always miss the shot you don't take, you know? Right now, I'm hesitant because military is my priority and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see, right? Who knows? That'll be pretty cool. You know? The good part is I'm in a position, I'm in a comfortable position to do that because by retiring from the military, I collect a pension right from the get-go, right? So right up from the get-go, I still get paid, but it's retirement pay and stuff like that, right up from the get-go, you know? So that's why I'm kind of still leaning towards a regular normal job, you know, or I don't want to say normal job, but the traditional job. I'll use that word, vice content creation, because now I get my pay reserve, you know, my reserve pay, my retirement pay, and the new pay from the job. I'll be raking in money. But if the opportunity presents itself to invest in YouTube and it's, you know, lucrative, I might shoot my shot. But thanks, D Nice, for the good question. Sarah Bond is the president you can make fun of until then. You know what? I'm not throwing old girl under the bus. Sarah's not gonna get smoke for me. It's not her fault. She was hired to do the job. She's doing the job. You know what I'm saying? Now Phil, he gets the smoke. Phil Aurelius Dominus Maximus Pontius Pontius Preaches Patches Mitchell Maximus Aurelian. Whatever the ridiculous name they gave that dude. He gets all the smoke. He gets it. Anthropod Spidey. All right, shout out to you. Sam Walton. Let's see, man, if I didn't go play pro ball out of school, I would have went into the military. Way too many benefits and I take advantage of. Shaking my head. I don't know about you, but I think I would have played pro ball myself. I would have taken pro ball. I would have. You listen, bro. I remember when I saw your first name, I'm like, what are the odds is this guy? Then when I saw your baseball card, I'm like, oh shit, it is him. Like, it's a small world, right? Same thing like, Ramon Terrell. I knew the actor, but I didn't know it was him until I found out it was him. I'm like, holy shit. So it's a small world, right? You being in the community. I don't think people in the chat realize that, But I would have taken pro. I would have taken pro ball. You know what I'm saying? That's like a very rare shot, and that must have been a great experience. All right. Happy holidays to you, Just Prince. Otaku Shaku. What's up? William Ortega, what's good? Steven Orban, we got Lucines too. Yo, P-Rock, I'm playing the game of the year, Astrobot. As you should. Gordo, smash that like button. Please hit the like button. The Bato side, Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, my brother. And Happy New Year. Hi from life. Oh, yeah, I always said that. Felicidades a todo el mundo. And feliz nueve año también. Milo Gaming Tech. What's up? David Adams. Who we go? Who else we got? Johnny Gamer, I said. Gordo. Let's see where we at. Abyss. What's up? Nipsey Eternal. What the fuck gaming channel? It's Kawabunga and not Kadokawa. Kawabunga. We got Juan Murillo. He says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Here's $6.99 in Canadian dollars. Don't know what you can do with worthless Canadian, but here you go, man. That's just more money than American dollars. Listen, bro. It's more about you guys are being here. I truly appreciate you guys are being here, right? The super chats are fantastic, right? And I truly appreciate anybody, willing to support the channel in any way. But I will say, just you guys being here, just rocking out with me, hitting the like button, right? That means the world to me, and I truly appreciate the fact that I'm able to entertain y'all and you enjoyed this. Have you started working on your VA disability? Absolutely, dog. We're gonna get that 100%. I'm gonna come up with something. I'm gonna leave this service with something. The meme. What's the name? What's the actor's name? Oh man, King Kong ain't got shit on me, right? He talked about, I think it was his first award ceremony ever. He was in his young age. His name slips. Oh my God. I don't know why. You all know him, right? King Kong ain't got shit on me, right? But he told the story of his first award and he didn't get nothing. So instead he was grabbing food, candles. He was grabbing Denzel Washington. He's grabbing all types of expensive shit. And he's like, I'm going to leave with something. So there's like a meme. Denzel's like, I'm gonna leave with something from this place. Yo, it's a funny ass interview. He's like, I'm leaving with something. My man was ghetto. He's like, I'm leaving with something. You're not gonna screw me over and I can't leave an award. Well, guess what? I'm gonna leave with everything else. I'm gonna leave with furniture, food, these expensive ass candles. He took everything. Oh man, that's a funny story. Capono 5150. Hope you're doing well. I am, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing well as well. All right. Team Chocolate Thunder. Nini, stop. Don't be calling in Craig now. Right, X Valos, hit that like button, people. Hey, everybody listen to the chat. Hit the like button. 170 people watching, 65 likes. Joshua, people hating on the PS5 Pro like crazy. We're gonna talk about it. Liquid Data, my brother, member for 30 months. Hell yeah. Happy holidays, yo. Happy holidays, to you and the family, man. Many blessings. Everybody got Denzel Washington up in here. And Dr. Killshot, Semper Fi, my boy. Once a devil dog, always a devil dog. Hoorah! Blood makes the grass grow. Yut! What's going on, Killshot? Semper Fi, my brother. Semper Fi, Marine. All right? Pull up on the round table. I would love to. Is it now? If it's now, I can't do it now. But that's my boy, Thrash. Shout out to Thrash. King Thrash out there. Doing this thing. Him, right? Me, like a few others been talking about Xbox third party for a minute. Well, I can't go on now, True Bleed. I just started the show. But his shit be going like 6 hours, so I might be able to pass by. So I might be able to come through. Right? But shout out to Thrash. There's a few of us that have been telling y'all for a minute. Brandon Holiday said, "Oh yeah, I'm pissed Navy beat Army." I'll be like, "Hey man, that's yo. Both teams could suck, but man, Army Navy battles, they're ruthless. You would think it's the Super Bowl. Oh, Paris is in there? Nah, Paris is not on his channel. Shut up. Vicious 6646934, whatever his name is. Paris is actually going on the round table. Please. Yo, guys, I'm about to shut this shit down. We're about to cancel this live. Paris is not on there. He did not agree to it. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know that. He says, I'm gonna choke somebody. I saw that. He's about to. I remember. I saw that snippet. He was on Chaos Lounge. I had him as a guest, which I'm gonna touch on something interesting. But yeah, I thought you said Paris is going on the round table. Like, yo, that's a whole ass event. Simplify, AC. AC, you're a Marine? Just want to know. I was about to say, I was about to turn this shit off. I was like, all right, thanks for showing up and stream. You know where I'll be. Everybody head on to the round table. Yo, that's a whole pay-per-view event. Gabriel, that's right. That shit's better than a Tyson Jake Logan fight. Vicious 696 and Thrash live? Shit. I would have been like, guys, let's go over there. Shout out to Wam. He says, do you think PlayStation bring back Jack and Daxter and Sky Cooper? I don't know if this new generation will appreciate the OGs. I don't think so. I don't think it'll come back. Only maybe Sly Cooper, maybe only because, how can I put it? It's gonna be really challenging to produce the sales numbers I think Sony's looking for from some of their stores. Not saying that they're not interested in. If it comes back, then it's probably gonna be like Team Asobi doing it. I don't think they're gonna. Let's say, for example, Naughty Dog. They're probably expecting, Naughty Dog to sell another 10 million, whatever. Not that they will budget the game for 10 million, but they want their 10 million sellers, right? I don't know if Naughty Dog doing another Jack and Daxter would produce some 10 million sales. Not that the game wouldn't be good. So if those games were to come back, it would have to be in the hands of maybe Team Asobi. To be honest, they would be good games for Team Asobi to make. I will say that. If they have any chance of coming back, put them in the hands of Team Asobi. Sly Cooper, Sucker Punch. Yeah, Sly Cooper is Sucker Punch. But I don't know if Sucker Punch is interested in doing that. Maybe, maybe not. But I think if there's any chance of those games being made again, why not Team Asobi? Let them just take the helm. Let them be the platformer studio. Is that fair? Would that be a good idea? Let them be that niche. Let them work on their craft on platformers. And I think that would be great for Team Asobi. That's Sony's dedicated platformer studio. Whether it's new IPs, like, don't let it just be the Astrobot studio. In my opinion, Team Asobi should go beyond that, right? It shouldn't just be Astrobot. That's, don't pigeonhole them to one identity. Give them the ability to go do various types of platformers, and it could be new IPs, or it could be those legacy IPs that they can now take over. Sucker Punch didn't even make Slife. Who made Slife 4? Good point. Very good point. Anonymous Boss, how are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm blessed. You guys are here. You know, rocking the PS5 Pro. It's Christmas. You know, I have to work Monday, but I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is why I'm not doing the podcast on Tuesday, even though I'm off because it's the 24th. I go back to work Friday, but Monday and Friday is weird, right? So I got Monday off and Friday off next week. Monday, we're going to be gone by like 11. It's like 2-3 hours, if that. And then Friday, we're going to be gone early, right? If that, okay? Then the following week, the whole week, I'll be off, and I will be in Vegas. We're going to be celebrating New Year's, me and the wifey, right? We're going to be gambling. We're going to be drinking. We're going to be doing some inappropriate things I can't talk about. We're going to live it up in Vegas. We're going to enjoy our time. Ooh. It's going to love. Oh, I'm excited. You know, and we planned this for a long time. We said whenever it's our final year in California, before we move to Florida, we're going to spend that New Year's in Vegas. And that's it. It's time. And I set that up, have it ready, got the hotel, got the King Suite at the Mandalay Bay. Oh, yeah. I'm going broke. It's going to be times. You know, after New Year's, I'm going to need help with the super chats. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm playing. Oh, man. Of course, and I'll post videos, maybe do like vlogs or whatever, you know. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be good. New Year's going to be a good time. But that's why that week probably won't have much. Maybe, you know, because of that. But it's really great, you know. But thanks for the question, Juan. And thanks for everybody checking in, right? El Nini P-Rock next year going to be wild for game. Oh, yeah. Lots of content. Lots of stuff. Crazy games. Onimusha's back. I'm letting you know now. Oh! Lost Soul aside. Lost Soul aside. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Finally. I even said, yo, this game is lost. Fuck this game. Like, it's done. And then out of the blue, they have announcements coming in 2025. And listen, I don't give a shit if it's even day and date on PC. I don't care. I've been waiting for this game since 2017. Dr. Killshot, you talking about Florida? Oh, yeah. I need my Karen concealed back. I had it in North Carolina. California, you know, I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave California alone. But Florida, the range is back. Boo, 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 boo. Now, I thought also Aside was canceled. I thought so too. But it's back, baby. Listen, I don't care if it was day one on the Switch. I waited since 2017, bro. It's going to be 8 years. That's bananas, bro. I don't think I ever waited for a game that long. Not since like The Last Guardian, bro. I thought that game was vaporware. P-Rock, Space Marine 2 looks 8K on the PS5 Pro. Oh, that's the next game. I'm going to be playing that. We're going to have to talk about it, but ooh, that's looking primo, right? But man, Lost Soul aside, if y'all know my channel, you see me for a while. Yo, I got to say, shout out to the community because everybody was tagging me on that news. You know, when the Twitter came up and the Lost Soul side, the PlayStation account mentioned it coming out next year, everybody added me because everybody knew I was probably one of the few originals. I'll admit, the first one who put me on was Iron Wolf. He put me onto that game. That was back in 2017. When I saw it, I was like, yo. I've been watching that game for a minute. And it's finally coming, bro. Finally, Lost Soul Aside has come back. If you like, do the people's eyebrows. Finally, Lost Soul Aside is back. Yo, shout out to Glassdoor. Need that Syphon filter reboot. You know, I'm gonna add that. You know what, you guys? I mean, let's start with there. What rumors of Days Gone being a remaster didn't end up happening because was it was going to be announced at the show. Didn't happen. But Sony, stop with the remasters of PS4 games, bro. I'm not saying stop with the remasters or the remakes. If anything, I am imploring you to remake games, but from PS1, PS2 generations, because there are some games that were ahead of its time. I'll give you one. You should know by now. Legend of Dragoon would be an amazing remake, full blown remake in a modern open world. Would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, right? The second game I would love to see fully remake, Parasite Eve. Because you saw, if you played on PS1, you were kind of like driving in New York City. Now imagine a fully blown, detailed New York City open world. How crazy would the combat be in the RPG mechanics of that game? Am I wrong, bro? Am I bugging out? Parasite Eve right from the scratch, right from the rip. Like, what are we doing here? Right? Vagrant Story. Remake. You know what I'm saying? Vagrant Story. Remake. Final Fantasy Tactics. Remake. Imagine Final Fantasy Tactics, but this time full 3D Battlefield. Bro. Like, who's working in that gaming industry, bro? Who's hired? Listen, Sony. I'm retiring. Hire me, bro. I got ideas. I got ideas for Syphon filter. I mentioned this idea a long time ago, and somebody loved it. They hit me in the DM. Listen to my idea. Hear my pitch. Right? How we're gonna bring back. So supposedly, Syphon filter and Days Gone is set in the same universe. There's like little Easter eggs, right? That mentions that. All right, because they're both Sony Ben games. Picture this. Picture this intro. Everybody close your eyes. I want everybody to close your eyes. Picture the Days Gone wilderness. The highway. Trees in the background. Right now, you see a screen, right? But the screen is moving left to right very quickly. And then slowly on the screen, you see the wheel of the motorcycle. First, you just hear the motorcycle, and then all of a sudden you see the wheel, right? Beautiful graphics, nice and detailed, right? And there's commercials on this sucker? Nah. Hold on. Hold on. Nah. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Shit, there is. I can't turn it off. Okay, I'll put insert manually. There you go. So now a commercial has to be manually inserted. My bad. I turned that off the last time. Yo, YouTube be on that money thing, bro. Okay. Oh, and I was already recommending that I insert an ad. Boy, if you don't shut up. All right. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, AC. Appreciate it. Now, let's back to the video. Everybody close your eyes. Everybody, close your eyes. You see your screen moving from right to left, right? The background. Also, you hear a motorcycle noise. And then you see the wheel of the motorcycle, beautifully detailed. Then as there's more and more of the motorcycles on the screen, now you see, what's his face? What's that dumbass's face from Days Gone? What's his name? The main character? Damn, my memory's gone to shit. Deacon, there you go. All right, Deacon Jones? Is it Deacon Jones? I think it's Deacon Jones, right? Deacon St. John. There you go. Deacon St. John. And then his girl wrapped around, she's in the back of the bike and they're riding. And then you have some type of country song. I don't know. Nice moody song. Pretty much the whole scene is them enjoying the ride, whatever, right? Because, they experience what they experience. And you see them, the same actor, beautiful detail and graphics and all that stuff. And right now you'll be hyped. Like, oh, man, this is a Days Gone 2 thing, right? And all of a sudden, they park at the edge of a cliff, right? So they get off the bike. You see the vistas, right? The sun's about to set. Beautiful lighting. You see reflection, the ray tracing, right? and that nice soft country song is playing, whatever, and then you just see them with a sigh of relief. Then all of a sudden, you see um Jesus Christ, um an osprey just fly right by, loud as fuck, right? A big, huge osprey just flies over their heads, and Deacon St. John and his girl, they look all nervous now. And now the focus of the scene is the osprey. The osprey is just moving, like blurring, like real fast. And now all of a sudden you hear a new music change, like a military. Dun, 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 dun. And then it zooms in inside the osprey. There's a command center, right? And of course, I got to put a little bit of DEI. You see a woman, she's a commander, and somebody reports, ma'am, we're almost at the drop site. And she goes, all right, I'll go get them. So now she's walking to the back of the osprey. She bangs on the door, dung, dung, dung. Hey, you're up. We have to get going. All of a sudden, the door opens, and you see Gabe Logan. Now everybody's cheering. Oh, my God, it's Gabe. He gets on his suit. He's going. He goes on the back of the plane. And now all of a sudden, the plane, the back of the door starts dropping. Right? And now all of a sudden, he's about to jump. Right? And the lady, she starts telling the Gabe. She's like, Gabe, we can't mess this up. Right? And then Gabe turns around. He looks at her. He's like, I failed this country once. I won't fail her again. And he jumps off, right? Meaning the whole Days Gone is his fault. He couldn't stop. So part of the game is going to reflect on how the virus outbroken, and it's because he failed on a mission. So you're going to see the tie-in to Days Gone. It's his fault. That motherfucker failed one of his missions. And you're going to see in this new Syphon filter kind of a little bit of a flashback to the failure which led to this and whatever, right? So you're going to see him. Now you jump. You see the character just floating through the air, going past the clouds. All of a sudden, the clouds break. You see a huge city on fire, and on the ground, just madness, zombies, all that shit. And he's about to land right in the middle of it. And then boom, Syphon filter, right? And whatever the title. Tell me that shit won't be hot. Tell me that shit won't be hot. You know what I'm saying? And tell me that verse. Tell me that line is not crazy, bro. Tell me that line's not hard. You know what I'm saying? I failed this country once. I won't fail her again. Tell me that shit ain't hard, bro. Tell me that shit won't hit. Tell me you won't be like, yo, why you mean you won't fail her again? Like, what did you do? Tell me that shit won't be crazy. Sony, bro, you crazy not hiring me. You know what I'm saying? Days filter. You know what I'm saying? You know, tell me that's not fair, right? That shit will be hot. I'm just putting it out there. I got ideas. There's a lot of games out there that are way ahead of their time, but I did talk on one of my videos. What if certain IPs just aren't relatable? Because for us, that sounds fire. But what if it gets released and people be like, Syphon filter? What's that? It's not purple. It needs to look purple and cartoony. I don't know. Nice spoiler. So did somebody? They say, didn't Gabe die in Logan Shadow? I don't know. I played Logan Shadow. Did he die? I played Logan Shadow. That was on PSP. Oh my God! This guy says those days are over. We're in woke days. Oh, here we go. We're not starting that. All right, we're moving on to the topic. All right, but anyway, there's a lot of great remakes that could potentially be made from games that were great IPs, just ahead of their time. I don't know, but let me go back. Bring something up. It's not part of the title. Before I get to the PS5 Pro Derangement Syndrome. Let me do Juan. Thank you for the super chat. Just don't let Tetsuya Nomura touch those remakes. I guess. Just Juan's like, do the remakes. Just don't let this guy do it. Oh man. So my last podcast, right? If y'all saw the last podcast, I had two guests. One was planned, one was unplanned. One was Chaos Lounge. You know the guy. I know it. Funny dude, cool dude. He's a good dude, right? Was able to get him on the podcast, right? And then another guy out of the chat, Powerballs, who's a PC-centric guy. made his entry in the chat and stuff like that, right? And for those of you who've been following me for years, you know this channel started with just like rowdiness. Everybody's arguing, debating. It was some crazy time. There's some videos I had to privatize. Would not fly today. YouTube violations out the yin yang. So those videos are gone to never be seen, right? Those days was crazy. Google Hangouts, right? But every 60 frames no lag, it was on Wednesdays actually, right? Wednesday 7 p.m. Eastern. Every Wednesday, boy, woo, the smoke fest on that one. We had like 6, 7, 8, 9 people. Xbox, PC, Nintendo guys. It was a mess. It was a bloody mess. It was a bloodbath. Every Wednesday was a bloodbath. Oh man, those days were amazing. Anyway, so I had chaos, whatever. He said some, most of the conversation was, great. It was a great guest, and I welcome him anytime, right? But when he did that whole Bungie tinfoil hat, like, I was like, wow, this dude's bugging. The whole he felt Bungie was purposely misleading Sony, and that faction was gonna be a good game, but Bungie said no, but they allowed Concord because they knew it was gonna be bad. It was just a lot of sabotaging. There you go, Bungie sabotaging Sony. That was funny, but hey, we discussed. A lot of us disagreed. We made our points. That's really the whole point, right? And I would like to get back to that. But I will be honest, and I'm not gonna say no names or whatever. I was surprised how many negative reactions I got from that. And what I mean by negative reactions, not so much the comments, but obviously everybody's gonna have negative opinions or be like, this guy don't know what he's doing, he's talking shit, whatever. But more of how some people say, yeah, I can't be watching that. Like some people won't watch that, right? So let's say if like Chaos Lounge comes back, or any Xbox guy or PC guy, they won't watch that episode. They don't want to hear it, right? I was surprised how many people would say, hey, Puertorock, love your channel, whatever, but I can't be listening to them dudes. And listen, I'm not here to shame anybody, because in the end of the day, you're going to enjoy the content you want to enjoy, right? You go through a hard day, you work, whatever. The last thing is you don't want to hear something. You want to hear what you want to hear, right? But I was surprised how many are like that. How many responses I got in that fashion. I was like, holy cow, right? There's people who don't want to hear that now. They just don't want to hear it, right? From my perception, right, I always looked at it as some of the things in gaming that is being said, some of the misinformation is because it gets unchecked. Like, where's the misinformation that's being said is said in places where there's a safe space, right? The silos, everybody's talking in a glass house, always agree. No one's willing to challenge one another's comment. And that's the environment that was created. And that started this gen, right? Because last gen, during Xbox One, PS4, it wasn't like that. Like I said, almost everywhere was a free-for-all, right? But this gen truly grew the silo type environment, right? The environment where everybody's in agreement, there's no friction, there's no combative spirit. It's just straight, everybody's on the same page, no matter what's being said. Even if it's the most ridiculous thing, you're just gonna see people. You can even see in their face that they disagree, right? Like, as I seen in podcasts, some of the most ridiculous things said, and you see them, they'll be like this. They're like, but they won't say nothing. But you can see in their face, they like, it's so bad that their facial expressions can't even hold it. They're like normal. They're like, their eyes start twitching. They're like this. They're literally on the screen live. But they won't say nothing because that's not the type of podcast that's created. Shout out to Glassdoor. He said Chaos Lounge was okay. The other dude, though. hey, he's a fellow Marine, so go easy on him. He's a fellow Devil Dog, all right? Go easy on him, please. But I, like, and I do, listen, I absolutely respect you guys and a long time supporter. I was just surprised. I'm like, man. So in my mind, I'm thinking, holy cow. And keep in mind, I hopefully I didn't nurture that type of mentality on the channel, right? But now I'm like, man. So if it's like this for a little glimpse, imagine like the other podcasts. So now I look at the other podcasts like maybe they don't have a choice but to be who they are because they're servicing. In the end, you have to service the audience, right? I do believe that, right? If you make a channel and you want people to watch your content, there is a balance of what your audience wants to hear, what they listen to. And once you grow that environment, you stick to it and stuff like that, right? Anybody who says, oh, I don't give a shit, I'm going to do what I do. If nobody's listening to you, then you're wasting your time doing what you're doing, right? So I can understand there's levels of understanding the algorithm, understanding what people enjoy, right? Because you're making content ultimately, and hopefully the viewers and listeners are enjoying it, right? And if they're not enjoying something, what do, right? Do you stick with your guns and say, well, come hell or high water, you gonna like what I like? Because in the end, nobody would just watch your stuff, right? So now I look at other channels, I'm like, man, you guys just pigeonholed yourself into this. Because imagine if most of your audience was built and they don't like listening, stuff like that, right? Like they don't want to listen to any PlayStation guy, even if the PlayStation guy or any other platform-centric personality, whatever. If they don't want to hear, even if it could be the absolute truth, but if they don't want to hear it, they don't want to go on YouTube to hear that. They just want to hear what they want to hear because, it makes them feel good. That's tough for a content creator. Because what do you do? Luckily for me, it wasn't that much. So I don't want to make it seem like 10,000 people, or it wasn't that much. But it was enough for me to be like, wow, this is pretty interesting. That's shout out to Dark. Hey bro, so you should have listened to me. You should listen to your big brother. Told you you're gonna end up on PC. I told you you were not gonna finish this gen on that Xbox. I told you. You don't listen to me. This is why we left your ass in Puerto Rico. You didn't want to listen to me, bro. Told your ass. I told you. He bought his Xbox. I mean, bro, listen, no cap. He's here in the chat. And I'll even bring him on. I'll pull you in if you want to hop in, bro. But I told him, listen, and even offline, I said, bro, you will enjoy some games because you didn't really play Xbox One. So there was a lot of games you missed from last gen compared to me. I played them. So I'm not missing out on anything because the games I played Rise. I played Halo 5. I played Gears 4 and 5. All the games you're about to play, you through backwards, and you'll probably even play it more enjoyable because of auto boost and auto HDR and all this shit. You're gonna enjoy it. But I told him in that video when he said once you get past it, I was one of the first persons to tell him that once you get past all that content, and I'll be honest, you got it. Doc, I give him. Doc plays his games because he went through that content faster than I anticipated. I thought he'll probably be done by like 2026. Nah, son, that dude was done by 2021. He went through that library quick fast. That Xbox One library was quick fast. He went through all of it, right? He was going through it. And I told him, once you get through all that Xbox legacy titles and you dabble into 360 and you go through all that, now you're going to be at the point where I'm at already. What's next? And then when you finally get the what's next, you're going to be like, what the F is this? And that's when you know Xbox that. And he did enjoy his Xbox, no cap. He's telling all truth. He was loving it. He was loving Halo 5. He was loving Gears of War. And the fact that it was back to back to back, he wasn't waiting because all the games was already out. He was loving all those titles. The Rise, Cuphead. He was just boom, boom. He was just gaming. And he's like, bro, this is amazing. I'm like, I know, because you're playing it all in one swoop. Me, I had to wait like months in between those games. But you getting it all, so enjoy it. Some of the 360 games you missed out, enjoy those too. But once you go through it, you're gonna catch up to me where I'm at now with Xbox. And PC was the better platform, right? But I warned them. I told them, right? Hey, yo, Doc, give ISO Motion Gamer a shout out for me, all right? Let them know that 30 FPS is not next gen. Doc knows what I'm talking about. Ninja Gaiden's absolutely fine. Ninja Gaiden Black, but P-Rock, yeah, your bro was capping for L-Box. Man, everybody, right? Let them know. I got you. 30 FPS is not next gen. I remember that. Shout out to you and ISO bullshit, man. That was a funny ass video. I'm like, man, you guys are gonna regret that video if you're trying to cap for Xbox. You know what I'm talking about, Doc. You remember that? 30 FPS is not next gen. But anyway, what was I at? Anyway, it's just maybe like, listen, people have the right to enjoy what they gotta enjoy. But I will say this. I think we can all agree a lot of BS has been said in the community across the board. A lot of lies. A lot of misinformation. Just a lot of craziness. Right? And it's because it doesn't get checked. A lot of where this information derives from is either from Twitter, right? Which you can't really check Twitter because it's impossible, right? There's no way, because most people won't read the response. They'll just read that one tweet and then that's it. They run for it, right? But in a podcast, and when you're in a podcast and somebody says bullshit and it doesn't get checked and everybody's quiet about it, then it just takes a life of its own, and that's it. Everybody runs with it. Oh, I got the Pro. I asked, and we're going to talk about it. Bro, you know I got that. Why are you asking questions? All right? And I'm so glad I got that sucker. Because Final Fantasy Rebirth is beautiful. Beautiful on that. Loving it. But we're going to talk about the PS5 Pro Derangement Syndrome. We're going to talk about that. Right? But going back to it, you know, we're in a messy place. People don't want misinformation, but at the same time, the answer to reduce, at least reduce, can't completely eliminate it, but the answer to reduce it is through is through conversation, it's through debates, it's through discussions. It's getting those people in the room where somebody makes a comment and another makes another comment and the viewer gets to listen, right? So imagine, you know, in a podcast that's a silo that doesn't contest any information, people who see those podcasts, they will come out thinking that information is true because nobody was in there to challenge. But if those people are not allowed to be in a room to challenge because the viewers of that channel don't enjoy that, they just want to hear the silo, it's tough. We're in a tough situation, right? Shout out to Glassdoor Gamer. He says P-Rock helping out expat refugee content creators. Oh shit. You know? So I'll be honest, I don't have an answer for that, right? The clear answer to minimize misinformation is get the people in the room. So that way you have those people in the conversation. It could be done very respectful. You saw Chaos Lounge. It was very great, respectful conversation. It was disagreements, but, you know, people can now see both sides, at least. But when you only hear one side of a point all the time, people are going to believe that. Like, there's people who really believe there's not going to be a PlayStation 6. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. What could be done about that? What could be done with that, right? You know? What could be done with that? You know? But this leads to the next. Let me just lead to the first topic, right? Boricua. To Last Razor. I gotta get me a Puerto Rican flag. I'm gonna put that in my next man cave in Florida. I mean, it's in the name. Puertorock. Qué bonita bandera. Qué bonita bandera. Anyway, let me stop. PS5 Pro Derangement Syndrome is in full effect. And I'm going to tell you why. Listen. Let's cover the stuff. Let's cover the obvious stuff. There's people who exaggerated the PS5 Pro. Ain't no doubt. You saw Craig. Shout out to Craig. He did it on this channel on the podcast. My man said more powerful than 4090 in front of all of us with Jay Barry. I'm like, oh, nah, though. You're not doing this to me. Shout out to Doc. Yo, Doc, I saw your Twitter with 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 Rabbit of Lies. Oh, that shit was funny. My man was in his fields, bro. The midget man was in his field. Tiny Tim was in his fields on that one, bro. Oh man, that shit was funny, Doc. That shit was funny. When I saw that, when I saw your Twitter and Homeboy got in his fields, crazy, right? Shout out to Matty, yeah, no doubt. Signing Goldsmith, they did some great moves. Bellinger, we got Max Fried. I'm not gonna talk baseball. I'm gonna lose viewers. Hit the like button. Now let's talk about PlayStation 5 Pro Derangement Syndrome. This is what it is. They are absolutely dudes that were ridiculous statements. I said, Greg, on the very podcast, my man, top 5 security in the world comes on the channel telling people it's more powerful than 4090. I'm like, oh my God, Craig. Can't you just let it be, bro? Like, why? Don't you know Astro Cyborg is watching? That dude's like the Eye of Sauron on PlayStation Podcast. I'm like, this dude's about to clip, you know? But in true fashion, the panel, other than J-Dub's like, hey, if they said it, he could say it too. J-Dub's an antagonizer. He loves the fuckery, right? But the rest of us like, nah, no. We're not falling for that bit. We're not going there. Right? You're not gonna sucker me with that bullshit. It's a $1,500 GPU. Like, are you nuts? Like, you're not gonna sucker us with that shit, you know. But what's bullshit? This is what's fun. This is what you know, right? Because they did clip them. They did clip them. They're like, I even said it there. I'll be like, bro, your shit is clipped. Astro Cyborg got you. He got you, dog. It's a wrap. They got you clipped and clipped. They have, right? But just like any misinformation, they just clipped the part where he says more powerful 490, and it's like a 20-second clip. What's hilarious is other people who didn't see the podcast, right? They go after, the trollers or whatever, right? They try to use that against me. Oh, you spread misinformation too, Puertorock. Look at this clip. You said on your podcast it's more powerful than a 3090. So then I got to show them the whole 2 minutes so they can see that after Craig said that, we told them, cut that bullshit out. And then the people complaining, they disappear. They don't acknowledge. They don't even have the courtesy or decency to say, oh, damn, Puertorock, my bad. I only saw this clip. I thought you guys capped, but you guys don't play that bullshit. You guys really didn't let him get away with the whole more powerful than 4090. All right, props to you. Nope. Do you get that? Nope. Nobody does that. And I had that 2 minutes saved because every time that comes up all the time. Xbox fanboys try to say, oh, you spread misinformation. Check this out. They show 15 seconds of that clip. I post my 2-minute video showing me that that's BS or whatever. But then they don't come back like, oh, wow, your podcast is that podcast. Y'all gonna check people. No, they just disappear and run away. But you know what? Them running away is just as equally good, right? But you have people doing that. Bigger than 3480, all that stuff, right? When people directly ask me why I want a PS5 Pro, I said, because I want a better PS5. I enjoy the PS5. I want a better one. I want to buy a better PS5, a more powerful PS5. That's it. I don't care if it's up to snuff on PC or whatever. I want a better PS5. I'm enjoying the PS5, and it seems like Sony made a PS5 that is better. And has better technology, is just simply better. And that's exactly what it is. And you see it. Majority of the games are better on the PS5 Pro than on the PS5. There's a few games that, got issues. Alan Wake and all that stuff. But those are the few and far betweens compared to the majority. Right? And this is just the beginning. Right? More and more games as we get all throughout next year. Right? That has the latest PSSR updates and all that stuff. They're just simply going to be better. That's not even there's nothing to really argue about. The PS5 Pro is better than the PS5. Now, from a technical standpoint, now if you feel it's worth the money, that's a different conversation. Maybe it's not better enough for you if you're a PS5 owner, right? The PC owners, I don't even know why they're even a conversation, because those guys already have their 4070s, 4080s. No one's asking you to trade in your 4080 PC to play on the Pro. So I don't even know why you guys are involved. And it's funny, those guys are the ones building these bullshit $700 PCs that they wouldn't even play on. It's just weird, right? So it's just weird stuff, right? But what's really, really amazing, this is what I find comical. Like, oh man, you can't, like, man, I should write a book. Because this is, the stuff I see is immensely hilarious. PS5 Pro came out like what, the 9th? Something like that? It's been like what, 6 weeks, 7 weeks? Let me look. When did PS5 Pro launch? PS5 Pro release. PS5 Pro release. PS5 Pro. It was the 7th. It's the 21st, right? So it's been over a month. So you can say 7 weeks about. 7 weeks is good. 7 weeks. The PS5 Pro's been out. It's funny that within 7 weeks, the people saying, we knew it, PS4 is not going to do nothing, it's all blah, 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 the negative criticism, is the same people that even after 2 years, even 3, they didn't realize the Xbox Series S was a bad strategy. They figured out in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, what they couldn't figure out for the Series S. But here's the funny part. The PS5 Pro is better than the PS5. There's a lot of games that it's just not even close. Better frame rates. There's games that, what is it? King of the Hill? The end game, whatever, is locked on 30 on PS5 and the Series X. You can't play it on 60 frames. But on the PS5 Pro, you can. Right? They already have like 5 games on the Pro that's 8K and stuff like that, right? 4 or 5 games. So it's doing things the PS5 can't do, period. You know, the majority of games are just simply better on the Pro versus the PS5, which is literally the point. Meanwhile, the Series S was supposed to be a 1440p, 1080p Series X, which it is not. It is not. It is not the lower version of the Series X. Hell no. Not even close. You see? But people couldn't understand that after 2 years, 3 years. But in 7 weeks, they got the Pro all figured out. You know? The reality is, and this is where we have to come to terms. Xbox gamers, PC gamers, PC fanboys. I'll say fanboys. I ain't gonna say gamers, because because if I say gamers, that includes everybody. It's really the fanboys. Xbox fanboys, PC fanboys. I say it again, not gamers, because then that's inclusive to everybody. This is targeted to the fanboys on PC and Xbox. They absolutely want PlayStation to fail. That's why they're saying all these things. They want PS5 Pro to look like an absolute failure. And in hopes that the algorithm, the attention, the word gets out, where most people won't look at the Pro and will completely bomb and fail. You see them talk about Sony doesn't make money, they can't afford this stuff, they can't afford to make games. Bunch of bullshit. There's somebody that said Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, right? One Xbox guy, his name is Navy something, right? He has a Hulk avatar on Twitter. He said that the reason why there's product placements, Reebok or Adidas, I mean Adidas, right? It's Adidas and Porsche, is because they had to pay to get the game made, because Sony can't afford to make games no more. So Porsche and, was it Adidas or Reebok? So Porsche, I think it was Reebok. Or was it Adidas? I think it was Adidas. Yeah, it was Adidas. So Adidas and Porsche are funding this game made, because Sony can't afford to make video games. So Porsche is funding. Porsche and Adidas they put up the money to get this game made because Sony can't afford to make video games. They have no money to make video games. Even though we have Ghost of Yotai, Wolverine, X-Men, huge update for Helldivers. Fair Games is coming up. Marathon's coming up. But they can't afford to make any games. They're about to pay for more third-party exclusives, but can't afford to make games. You see. Now you see, a guy like that could get away with shit like that on Twitter. But if he said that on my podcast or live on a podcast, boy, he will get rattled. You see? So the reality is, Xbox and PC fanboys, they say these things because they're hoping they come true because they want PlayStation to fail, right? So let's dissect their mind. Let's start with the PC fanboys because the PC fanboys are easy. The PC fanboys realize that, no, you know what? I'm going to start with Xbox. Then I'll talk to PC, right? Because it's a good segue to the next topic. Xbox fanboys want PlayStation to fail because their console failed. That's it. It's not a hard riddle to solve. Xbox console fails, so PlayStation consoles need to fail. Microsoft couldn't make Xbox console successful, therefore they're going to push the narrative that Sony is having trouble making PlayStation consoles successful. That's it. That's what they want. Yo, stop playing. That's Razor saying I look like the intergalactic character. I'm not that pretty. I'm an old, ugly motherfucker. I'm an old Hyundai. I'm on my last legs. Hey, she's much prettier than me. Don't be disrespecting her like that. I show some respect to her. I'm an ugly looking motherfucker. Don't be dissing her like that. You know what I'm saying? One, she looks better bald than I do. Right? I'll tell you what, I ain't going bald. I'm going to Turkey and I'm get them hair plugs. In Turkey. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Check out Destin's tweets. Consoles are dying. Oh, we're going to talk about that. Because this topic, and that's the topic. Glassdoor, you are the man. You know what I'm saying? I got to get you on the channel, Glassdoor. You got to come rock out with us. Because you hitting the notes right? Well, you know, everybody, all of y'all are welcome. I'm going to say that again. A lot of people don't know. I am serious when I say any single one of you can jump on the podcast. Any single one of you. And not exclusive to the members, not exclusive to the people of Super Chat. I don't have any of that. If all I ask is that you're serious, and what I mean by serious, that you really want to talk. You know, you have a decent mic. You don't have to have the best mic. Even my mic is dog shit, right? But I don't want you to be like, you know, just be able to talk, have the audience be able to enjoy your conversation and just be ready to have a conversation, right? You're all more than welcome. P-Rock been ducking and dodging me. You lying ass. Ghost in the Garage Gaming. You lying ass. Lies. Everybody knows you're lying. Glassdoor says when I get a proper mic. Man, just talking a goddamn... Boy, I started this channel on a PS4 mic. For those of you... You remember those days? I had the PlayStation 4 mic. I started this channel PlayStation 4. But I respect it. You want to present yourself. But Glassdoor, invitation's always open. When you ready, you ready. You know? But lies, Ghost in the Garage Gaming. Lies. Alright? I'm like Craven. I love the thrill of the hunt. I love the hunt. I was built for this. I wish we got back to debate. But I'm moving away from the topic. I'm rambling. I need to take some Ritalin. Butanol, whatever it's called. I need to get back to focus. I need to get back. I need to be focused. You guys are, this is enjoyable. I'm going to enjoy it. Man, hit the like button. You guys are awesome. right? But back to the focus, right? They want PlayStation to fail because Xbox console failed. So if Microsoft failed, Sony failed. That's it. There's no like, all right, Microsoft failed. We got to move on. Sony's successful. No, can't have that, right? So you're going to hear a lot of BS from their side of the house because that's the only conclusion. If one failed, they both failed. Sony could fail on their own and Xbox could be successful. They'll take that, right? If it was the reverse, there won't be this unified movement. Then it's, oh yeah, Sony failed, Microsoft, Xbox is fine. But since it's the opposite, yeah, they're not playing that. So that's easy. But the PC fanboys, they are also doing all this stuff. Pro sucks, blah, 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 blah. Because they want PlayStation to fail. Because in their failure, they will get the game's day and date. Because that's exactly what happened to the Xbox console. Which leads to the next topic. Every gamer loves their box. You like that segue, you see? Oh, shit, that segue! Every gamer loves their box. Let's cut the bullshit. PC gamers love their box. Xbox console gamers love their box. Nintendo gamers love their box. PlayStation gamers love their box. They love their box. But everybody loves it for similar or different reasons. Okay? And now we're at the point where many don't want to play on another box. Why should they? They should be able to stay on their preferred box and let the games come to them. Microsoft created that movement. I didn't say created that movement, but they kind of pushed the movement of first party putting games everywhere, right? But people don't understand that Microsoft made that movement because they failed as a console provider, right? Here's the thing that PC gamers gotta understand, right? Right? Before that, let me do this. Let me show this. Because this comes into that conversation. It says right here, only 15% of all Steam users' time was spent playing games released in 2024. That means 85% was playing old-ass games. They were not playing the new. All right? We all see that, right? I want y'all to remember that point, okay? PC gamers primarily played old games. I want you to keep that in your head because this leads into that. Every box has an advantage or disadvantage up to a certain point. The biggest disadvantage for PC, it doesn't really have a true first party, right? In an environment where other devices have a first party. That's PC's biggest disadvantage, right? Let's go in a world before Microsoft officially announced day and date on PC. Before all that, you had PC and whatever games it got, primarily from third party, right? It has exclusives, right? But they're from indie devs. Maybe that one dev might make a big title. I remember Witcher was one of them at the time. But for the most part, PCs are very third party centric machine. For the big titles, there's some exclusives. If you're into that Nazi furry futa nonsense, yeah, if you have been on my channel, there's some disgusting deviant shit on PC that they be playing out there. But we can move on from that. Okay. Then the Xbox had, exclusives. Some exclusives later on went to PC, a few titles here and there. But 360, if you saw 360 had exclusives. Even Xbox One at launch had exclusives. PS4 had exclusives. Nintendo had exclusives. So for the crutch of PC gaming is the fact that you had other gaming devices and they would keep their games on their box. They would not come to PC. But PC had its own advantages, right? Obviously the hardware, scalable hardware. You can have the most powerful gaming hardware in gaming, and it's always going to be that way. Free online, cloud saves, mod support, multiple digital store vendors that compete. There's all that, right? As far as the consoles, their advantage was usually the most bang for your buck in performance, except for Nintendo for so much, but Xbox and PlayStation at launch anyway. Ease of use and the first party support where they fight to get exclusive content on that device. And that was really the strength of the consoles. And that's pretty much how console gaming, PC gaming been, right? Then Microsoft flipped the script because their console strategy is failing. Xbox console's not enough. Their first step was, all right, we're gonna go day and date on PC to make money off a PC, and that gave PC gamers a taste of day one first party. Granted, Xbox first party generally sucks, but it's still something. It's more of the philosophy behind getting first party day and date. Microsoft broke ground from that aspect, right? So now PC gamers like, oh, we want this across the board, right? A few years later, Sony gave them a taste for Horizon Zero Dawn, and now that's feeding them more. Now they're all in. They want it all. Nintendo, they're not really fighting that fight, right? Because you hardly hear PC gamers talk about Nintendo, even though they want Nintendo day and date, right? Hell, they want Nintendo games outside of stealing and emulators, like actual support from Nintendo. They're not really into it because they know Nintendo will clown them. Nintendo will just make fun of PC gamers. Like, Nintendo's that dude. Like, you ain't getting their shit ever. Come hell or high water. They're that dude, right? But with PlayStation, feeding games a year later, 2 years later for a lot, PC gamers want all their games day and date. But they know the only way that's going to happen is if Sony fails with their console strategy in the same way Xbox failed with their console strategy. So them fanboys are going to jump and talk shit about PlayStation. Pro sucks. Don't buy it. Buy a PC. They just going to, like, there's this one dude. His name is Cloaked Onyx. Yo, that dude, like, it's like he's acting like a financial accountant. He breaks down costs on everybody. He's going around the internet all day trying to convince people to buy PC. I'm like, yo, this dude's pocket watching on Overlord. Yo, that shit is crazy. My man is truly pocket watching these dudes, right? But they want PlayStation to be in a hurt locker. They want all their strategies to fail. They want all of it to fail. Because in PlayStation's failure, when you fail as a console provider, you have no choice but to go day and date third party, at a minimum with PC, to make up the difference. And that's what they want. So they want PlayStation to be in a hurt locker. So that's why they also agree with all the bullshit. That's just the reality and stuff like that. So that's why we have this pro derangement stuff, right? Everybody loves their box, okay? I will say day and date from a console provider doesn't work for the console. And what's funny is we're seeing it. I don't understand why this is such a controversial hot take. It's not a hot take. We're literally witnessing Xbox consoles looking like trash, right? And some people don't understand. I don't know what the point is. So I'm saying it again. When a company creates a device, we'll use Nintendo, for example. Nintendo creates the Switch, and Nintendo has their own first-party developers. Those first-party developers, their primary point is to make games for that device, and for that device only. And the reason why is when people buy that device, the Nintendo gamers who buy the Switch, they expect, right? They expect that experience, right? They expect Nintendo to focus on that device. Because if you're buying a device directly from Nintendo, then your expectation is make this your priority. You made it, you're selling it, you have the developers, that's the relationship. Once those first party studios go day and date on another platform, then the device they just sold you is just a common device. That means Nintendo would just be making a common device with other devices that are out there. Now you're like, okay, so I'm going to buy a device from you, but you ain't prioritizing your own device? So then why should I buy a device from you when it's not your priority? And that's exactly what happened with Xbox. Xbox no longer prioritizes the Xbox console because that console is now just a device where you can access Xbox, no different than a Samsung TV, a Fire Stick, or PC. Therefore, you don't get the priority service, the priority of the console, right? That means you're not going to get all the best technology to its fullest max that makes the console a supreme product because they don't have time, because it's on equal footing with every other device. So then why would you pay extra money for a specific device from a company who's not going to prioritize the device. They're just going to treat the device just like any other device. So you might as well just get any other device. And that's exactly what is happening with Xbox. Microsoft's day and date strategy did not do any favors for the console because they didn't prioritize the console. Doc Dark, if you look at his 2 videos ago, he saw, man, these guys aren't really trying to give the Xbox console gamer who paid $500 for their console, and that $500 went directly to Microsoft, yet in return, they're getting the same priority as people who didn't buy an Xbox console. So now they're wondering what was all this for, right? And that will happen to PlayStation, right? PlayStation goes day and day across everything. That means all the devices are on equal footing. You can't prioritize one device out of everybody, yet you're still going to release the games day and date in the same time frame. No, you have to put equal attention across everything. Third party, that's fine because they don't have a box. So Witcher 4 can do that. EA can do that. The CD Projekt Red. EA can do that. Ubisoft can do that. Capcom can do that. It's not their boxes. All they're worrying about is getting their game generally good on PC, on Xbox, on PlayStation, and whatever other device they're targeting. If they're good to a certain level on every device, they launch it. Some devices might be a little lag behind, release an update here, release an update there, but generally they release a very good game across the board. But your first party for that device should be supreme. They should be the best examples of games on your box if you bought the box, right? So Xbox first party games, at least on the console, should be the best examples of games on Xbox Series consoles because that's the first party. They literally should be leading the charge. That's why generally on the PlayStation, especially with technologies and just how games look, they generally are cut above everyone else because they focus on the box. So you get that, PlayStation has the best results for their PS5 Pro. Well, obviously, it's their console, it's their box. So who better than them to take advantage of PSSR and stuff like that? You understand what I'm saying? That's literally their purpose. Lead the way, show the industry what the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro can do, and hopefully the industry can follow. But chances are they can only follow so much because they got other devices to worry about. They have to put all the devices on an equal footing. Unless they make an exclusive arrangement with PlayStation. Then they can only focus on the console and stuff like that. Then they may do a better job of taking advantage of everything the PS5 can do. But beyond that, multiplat's a multiplat. Ubisoft is going to Ubi. Capcom's going to Capcom. That's just how it is. A first-party developer going day and date, you pretty much put your own first-party console product into the generic pile. And that doesn't help the console, right? Now, of course, people can say, well, then the console sucks because if it relies on games to be relevant, then that's just trash. Well, that's literally how consoles always been. Because you can't use the hardware part. That doesn't make sense. Now, some of you will disagree. This is why I would love to have a podcast where anybody disagrees. A console cannot fight or be competitive or be whatever word you want to use on the hardware front. Because the hardware only works within the first year. We'll use PS5 and Xbox Series X as an example. In 2020, the bit of 2021 is hardware talk. Who's talking about Series X and PS5, base PS5 hardware now? The only reason why we're talking hardware now is because of the Pro. If the Pro didn't come out, we would not be talking about hardware. No one cares about 4, 5, 6-year-old hardware. That's too old now. It's too old. So if consoles were to primarily battle or compete on the hardware level, you would have to release new consoles every 3 years or so. Because after 2 years or so, ain't nobody... You think people bought a base PS5 this holiday, on Black Friday, or even they got a PS5 this Christmas because they're talking about Smart Shift and RDNA 2? And nobody cares about that. No one's talking about, Xbox Series X full RDNA 2 with VRS and mesh shaders in 2024. No one's talking about that. That's not a combo. 4 or 5 years? Even 3 years into the gen, 4 years into the gen, 5 years into the gen. It's the games. That's it. That's all you got. It's not a battle. a battle of the hardware. That conversation is long gone, right? So, with that, if consoles is about the games, right? And the first party games, that's their strength, then PC gamers, fanboys, well, the gamers understand, but the fanboys don't. That's reason why people don't want to play on PC, or they haven't jumped the train on PC. I bought my PS5 Pro, and every PC gamers pocket watching, oh, you should get a PC. And I keep telling them over and over, I'm getting the Pro because I want a better PS5. PC is not a better PS5. Oh, how so? The games are coming. All the games are coming. Sure, in a year or 2 years they are. But I don't want to wait 2 damn years to play Wolverine. When Wolverine launches, I want to play it that day. This year, in my PlayStation wrap-up, my top 3 games played are not on PC. Will they eventually come? Or even hell, one of them just got announced, Final Fantasy Rebirth. I think it comes out in January. But I've been already playing that game. I also beat Stellar Blade, and I beat Rise of Ronin. Those games are not on PC. Those are my top 3 games that I put in the most hours this gen, right? So they're games. So it's not like I'm not playing the games. It's not like I'm just saying it just to say. No, I'm playing the games I want to play day one. I'm playing them day one. And it's just so happened those games are not on PC, right? The biggest counter to that, right? Because that's the flaw with PC, at least for me. It doesn't have it gets the games I want too late. I don't want to wait for that. But the counter is to wait. But now that we have a news report that 85% of the gamers don't play current games of the year, because again, only 15% of the Steam gamers actually played 2024 games. 85, the majority didn't. The majority of the gamers are playing older games. So now I see why they keep telling me to wait. Because these guys don't really care about playing the new. They're playing old shit. Which is fine. If you don't want to play Stellar Wolverine the day it comes out, understand that's not me. When Wolverine drops, I want to play it. When Intergalactic Heretic Prophet drops, I want to play it. When Grand Theft Auto 6 drops, I want to play it. I don't understand how is that a hard topic. Oh, but you can wait. So let me get this straight. You want me to pay more money for a PC, $1,500 or more, and now I have to accommodate PC? I have to accommodate its weakness. I have to settle for a weakness, which is I can't access the games I want to play the day it comes out. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't see the sense in paying more money and not get what I want. If I'm going to pay money, you're going to give me what I want. And I understand some of the stuff these PC gamers are offering. Oh, free cloud save. Bro, I don't even use the cloud that I have access to. Yes, it's free. I have it because I got PSN Plus, right? PS Plus. Always had it. I don't really use it. Oh, we have mods. I don't mod shit. I don't got time to be uploading mods or changing the games. I don't be doing that. We have the largest library of games. I'm not playing shit from 1989. And I'm definitely not playing these Fuda ass games. Escape from Fuda Prison. I'm not doing that, bro. I don't care. And if you try to gift me that shit, you're getting blocked. I'm not playing furry Nazis. So the size of the library is irrelevant. I'm not doing that shit. There's a lot of games I'm not even... Bro, I hope they have like PG settings. Don't show me that shit. Like, stop. None of that is interesting. Okay? I'm telling you for mine what I want. But that's why I said the day Sony goes day and date across everything, now PC is a consideration. Because number one, Sony effectively, made their console and PC on the same level. Right? Same priority of work. It's even Steven. So then, all right, I get the whole PC at this point. That's why a lot of Xbox gamers, or many Xbox gamers, have moved on to PC. Because technically, by them, when they chose to go on PC, they're not missing out on anything. So it was an easy transition. They get all the games day and date. Now they have the option of Steam. Then I get it. It's everything. But the main part is they still get to play the games the day the games come out. You can't do that if you're a PlayStation gamer now. If you're a PlayStation gamer and you say, you know what, I'm done with PlayStation, but you enjoy PlayStation and you jump to PC now, you now have to wait. And maybe that's fine. Maybe you're like, I can wait. I don't have to play the game it comes out, then yes, it's fine. But for those of us that like, yo, day one, you already got the game pre-ordered. Now it downloads. And at midnight, bow, you're playing the game. For those PlayStation gamers, PC is not the place to play at this point until Sony commits, right? It's not the place for us. Sony has to commit, like the way Xbox committed. You got to commit fully. Put a ring on it. You got to put a ring on it. You know? Then the whole scenario changes, right? But right now, imagine right now, if I got rid of the PS5 and instead of getting the Pro, I said, you know what? I'm selling the PS5, I'm on PC. Or if I would have been on PC. Most of the games I play on this gen, they were first on PlayStation. Returnal and all that stuff, they didn't come to PC like later. And I'm like, shit. I couldn't imagine waiting, just constantly waiting game after game after game. I can't picture me right now waiting for Intergalactic when it's already out. Waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6 when it's already out. Waiting for Ghost of Yotai when it's already out. Right? And then you have other studios. Sony Ben's making this, a game. Blue Point's making their game. So when those are out, waiting, And the games that Sony committed to day and date, they're multiplayer. You all know how I feel about multiplayer. I'm not playing Marathon. I'm not playing fair games. I'm not doing that. Nope. I even have Helldivers. People were telling me I deleted it. I played I got up to like level 7. And I really tried. And I was enjoying it, but it just fell off fast. And that's when I realized, man, I'm just forcing myself to do something. But people say, come on, you got the Killzone update. Get back in it, Puertorock. And I'm like, I might try Marvel Rivals. I downloaded that. But as you can see, if you look at my PSN profile, I haven't started it. You know what I'm saying? It just is what I am. Who I am. I is who I is. Right? What can I do about it? But the main thing is, man, I really want to play Wolverine the day it comes out, and I really don't want to just sit there while it's out. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna play on PC, and somebody gives me Furry Nazi Peg Simulator. No, I'm blocking you. I'm not talking to any of y'all. Nope. Blocked. I'm not playing. Now, to segue into that, right? Xbox console hybrid. This is where Glassdoor Gamer says, check out Destin's tweet, consoles are dying. It's funny how people are saying consoles are dying, yet we keep hearing news of people in the industry trying to make their own variable console. The Steam machine that's console-like. And now rumors of this Xbox having a hybrid, an Asus console-like. Let me put this up in here. This is Hip Hop Gamer. Now, Hip Hop Gamer, so Tom Warren made an article talking about that, but Hip Hop Gamer's like, yo, hold up. He's like, hey, yo, boy, check your shit. I was the first to talk about it. Shout out to my boy Hip Hop Gamer. I hope to get him on the show, man. He was right. The man was right, bro. There's no lies, right? Let me know if y'all could hear this, right? But let's listen to this. All right. Let me put this up. And let's play.
Xbox console and an Xbox PC in one. Where literally you push a button, it's in console mode. You push a button, it's in Windows 11 mode. Same box. Crazy. Now, if you look up right now the Asus NUC, and if you look up the ThinkPad right now, where they got the Android and the Windows 11 on the same thing when you connect them, conversations with certain people around this idea and concept, I'm like, yo, where did this come from? How do y'all this, that? And one of the key things was like, yo, we gotta lead the way and stay ahead of the game because this is something that we see happening in the future with our console partners. I'm like, a 2-in-1, yes. Why do you think a lot of PC companies is making a lot of console-like form factor mini PCs right now to hit the market? Which means that the PC gamers in the PC market is going to get a lot more traction and attraction from console heads. Because wow, even though my console costs $400, $500, but if I drop a little $800 to get a PC, it is in the form of a console too, but I'm getting more this and more that, and I get the best of both worlds. But I'm telling you, things are changing. So get hyped, get excited, because it's happening right now. It's about to be major, period. So another thing I'm gonna tell you right now with what Xbox is doing, and shout out to my man Aaron Greenberg again. He actually just put a post out today that relates to what I'm about to tell you. So Aaron Greenberg made a post today, and it says the #1 selling Steam game is now on Game Pass, Pal World.
All right. So everybody heard that, right? I didn't see no complaints on that, right? So consoles are dying, but people are trying to make console-like devices. Listen, Sony made $27.5 billion in console gaming. Consoles ain't dying. Not at all. Not dying at all. Nobody's doing a mass exodus to PC or a mass exodus to cloud. They're not even doing a mass exodus to handheld. Oh, Steam's gonna take over, and Asus. Like, Steam sold like 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, from what I'm trying to find. 4 million in over 2 years. Are you kidding me? That's nothing. That's nothing. It's garbage. If you're trying to say handheld is gonna take over, that's garbage. It's garbage sales. 4 million, 5 million. Let's not even talk what Asus or Lenovo sold. Probably not even half that. So let's cut the cap, right? There's lots of money in console gaming. It's just that Microsoft and Xbox couldn't take advantage of it. PlayStation did. Absolutely. And Nintendo's doing their thing, right? But here's the thing. Hip-hop gamers very optimistic. I want to see these Steam machines, right? And I want to see what Xbox does. In my opinion, what Xbox is doing is modifying their OS, right? Because Xbox is based on Windows. So what I think, kind of like what they did with their tablets, where you have the tablet mode, right? You ever have a laptop? You guys have a laptop that accidentally went into tablet mode, but yet your laptop doesn't have a touchscreen? This shit sucks. Trying to get it out. Trying to get out of tablet mode. This happened to this very laptop. This laptop, I don't know what caused it. It went to tablet mode, and I'm like, what the fuck happened, right? I would restart it, and it would boot into tablet mode. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, I had to do something to get that out of it, right? I had to go on my phone to figure it out. But did that happen to any of you guys? Where your laptop, that's not a touchscreen laptop, so it's not like it's a 2-in-1 laptop. My laptop's not a 2-in-1. It went into tablet mode. And I'm like, what the fuck is, excuse my language, what the hell is happening, right? Okay. So I can imagine Windows having console mode. Windows for PCs and laptops, that same operating system, tablet mode, and that same operating system, console mode. And you can easily install it in these form factor consoles, but in reality, these consoles are just pre-built PCs, just designed with unique cases instead of the traditional PC case, right? So the appearance is a console. The UI is a console, but it's really a PC, right? Now, here's the problem. Shout out to Calorie. He says Xbox already does it right now. You have a console mode on Windows? I know I heard like big picture mode and something like that, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing that people got to consider. I don't think that's going to be successful as much as his, hip hop gamers enthusiast. And I'm not saying he's wrong. Dev mode, okay, dev mode, okay. I'm not saying he's wrong for feeling that way. I don't think. I don't think there's a consideration people aren't seeing. Let's use Asus as an example. Asus now has this console like Asus, Acer, Dell. Think of all these third party PC manufacturers, right? Even CyberPower PC, and think of all the pre-built PC companies. And now they design a console like PC. Still a PC, but it's shaped like a console, and they have Windows installed, but it's outright console mode, right? Dev mode, but console mode. So you install it, you buy it, plug it in your TV, boot it up, and it's the Xbox UI. And you're like, wow, this is great. It's an Xbox UI made by a PC gamer, PC whatever, but it feels like a console. I control it. It's no different. Sounds great, right? But here's some of the things that you're not considering. And before that, shout out to Glassdoor Gamer. It says they are trying to bring a console to a PC gamer. Console gamers don't want a PC. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why move from Sony Nintendo? That's a great question. And you're kind of hitting exactly what I'm going to lead to. The difference between these PC consoles, we're going to call them bastard children, right? No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to use that word. Hybrids, whatever. The hybrid. I'm just using that word colloquially, right? These PC hybrid, these consoles, the problem is an actual console like PlayStation, right? They get their consoles, they build those consoles, and they subsidize the cost so they can penetrate the market and get a mass market. So what that means is, at launch, when a next generation console launches from PlayStation, you get a powerful hardware, right, that Sony sells to you, and Sony actually loses money for like a year and a half. Because that's how they're able to get powerful hardware into your home, right? So like a $500 PS5 actually costs more than $500 to build. They are losing money up until the point throughout the months, throughout the quarters, throughout the year and a half. Manufacturing these consoles gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and now it no longer costs more than $500 to build. Now it costs $450 to build. Let's say, for even $500, they break even. $490, $480, $470. Every iteration of the model that gets built is now more profit generating. And it doesn't have to be big profit, but just enough that way they stop selling out at a loss. That's what Sony does. Asus and Acer and Dell, they're not going to do that. They're going to mark up these consoles. So they could build a console with $600 worth of hardware, and they're going to sell it to you for $850. And when you compare an $850 console, let's use Dell because it's an easier word. A Dell console for $850 versus a $600 PS6, and the PS6 is more powerful, you're going to be like, why the F is the PS6 more powerful than an $850 Dell? It's because Dell, their money comes from the hardware sales. They don't have a storefront or anything like that. So they're going to sell that console for profit, and they're going to make a nice, juicy profit. Let's say $750. $600 PS6, $750 Dell, and the PS6 is outclassing it. You're not going to get a Dell with a 4090 for $750. You're not getting that. You're not getting that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be much more expensive than the console counterpart. But you're not going to get that level of performance from the console counterpart because Dell's going to make their $150, $200 profit. So whatever the price of that PC hybrid they built, add $200 on top of that, and that's what they're going to sell it for. And it's not going to make sense because you're going to be like, man, PlayStation 6 is smoking the shit out of this Dell, out of this Asus console. And then the few consoles that, let's say, do compete with PS6 and outperform it, they're like $900, $1,000, $1,100. And the console games are gonna be like, I need to spend $1,100 on a console just for it to be better than a PlayStation 6. I'll just stick with the PlayStation 6. You know, that's how people are gonna see it. Asus, Dell, Acer, any manufacturer that's gonna potentially create these boxes, they will mark them up and make profit. They're gonna mark them up, and they're not gonna mark them up by simply $25. It's gonna be at least $100, $150 over. So whatever it costs to build that machine, drop another $150 on top of that, $200. That's how they're selling it. I mean, shit. Look at the handhelds; they're like $800. Some of the handhelds are like, even the $500, $600 handhelds are like seriously weak, you know. But they're handhelds, whatever. But these hybrid boxes, Asus is not going to sell any box at a loss, so that way they could get the technology in gamers' hands, because Asus doesn't have a storefront. The storefront will actually belong to Microsoft and Xbox, because it will be the Xbox store. And even if you can install Steam, which most likely you probably could, right? Because they're PC, Steam makes the money. Asus, there's nothing Asus can do to make more revenue. The only revenue Acer, Dell is going to get is the actual sell of the box. So they're marking that box up. $650, $850, $750 bucks. And look how much of an issue people have with a $700 Pro. Imagine an $850. Now, sure, some people are going to mention, oh, the mods and all that stuff. A lot of console gamers ain't going to care about that. Some of them ain't even going to care about the free online. I understand that's a point, but most console gamers don't care. Console gamers have been paying for online since 2002, and it's only gotten bigger. So that's a selling point that's just not going to gain traction. It's just not. There's more people playing online on PlayStation as a paid service than there was when it was free. When PlayStation 2 was completely free and PlayStation 3 was completely free, online on PlayStation is even bigger now. With the paywall. You know? So a lot of gamers, you know, even if the perception's wrong, a lot of gamers feel, perception-wise, that it's worth the money not to deal with the cheating or the open environment of PC. And it could be exaggerated, but perceptions are not, when it comes to sales, a lot of things. A lot of gamers don't really care about the online fee, especially when you got things like free monthly games, or the online fee is part of like the PlayStation Premium and Extra, where you get a whole library of games to access to. And same thing with Xbox. You know, the online comes with Game Pass, so you have this whole huge library of games and the online. Console gamers, listen, the free online on PC is not a selling point for a lot of console gamers. They're just not going to care. They don't. And here's the thing, even on consoles, I say maybe half pay for online. The other half don't. And they still play online because they got the free to play. So it's really not a big selling point. The mods online sure has its advantages, but you're not going to get the mass market on those things, right? So these PCs, I don't think they're going to be as successful. An $800 box from Dell? Sure, it's sleek, has a controller, has the Xbox UI. But they're going to be like, well, the game's on PlayStation, and the PlayStation 6 costs $600, right? And what's funny is when Digital Foundry does the heads-to-head, and the PlayStation 6 outclasses them, unless you sell a $1,000 box, some gamers are going to be like, I'm not paying $900 for a Dell. I'll just stick with the PS6. And the PC gamers ain't going to really get this box. Maybe a few, like the hardcore, eco-centric personality, but most, especially if these lock boxes are locked and you can't even upgrade them, good luck. PC gamers definitely are not going to jump on that board, on that train, buying these boxes that are not upgradable. Forget about it. That's even a bigger loss. So I don't see this strategy working. I can understand why they're going to try, because console market is a big market. And if it doesn't work, Asus will just simply stop making the boxes. Acer will stop simply making. They'll try out for a year or two, and if people ain't buying them, whatever. Or if they buy them enough, it's no loss on their end, you know. And this effectively would help Microsoft get out of the business of building boxes. Or if they do decide to build a box, an official Xbox console, it's going to be the same method. It's going to be a pre-built PC that they sell for profit. They're not going to subsidize their consoles anymore. That's done, right? They'll sell it for $600-$700, and if you want an official Xbox console, you better pay your $750. And if people complain, oh man, the PS6 is more powerful, it's better performance, then don't buy it. But they're not going to lower the price. They're probably not going to make a lot of models of it, especially when they're allowing third party to make their own models. That's probably the only way. It's probably the only way. My man said Xbox. You know, he said, "Yo, P-Rock, Doc Dark is essentially a refugee." Man, yeah, he is, man. He is, man. Shout out to him. I warned him too. I told him this was gonna happen. I told him, "Yo, you are not gonna finish the gen with that Series X. I promise you, you're not." The genius. Shout out to the genius. He says, if these locked boxes are like my Legion Go and Rogue Ally, it will be ass, as updates from those manufacturers are not slow. Devs have a hard enough time supporting PC plus consoles, now with patches. I'm telling you, I don't think you're going to get a mass wave of console gamers to buy it. In fact, it's going to be the techies, the hardcore techies, maybe some Xbox remnants, you know, because Microsoft wouldn't make a red console, so this is the next best thing. You'll have a few, but these... I mean, look at the handhelds from Asus now and Lenovo. They're not selling blockbusters and big bang blockbusters. They're just not. They're just not on that level. Hit the like button. We got PC gamers not leaving Steam. Absolutely. And this will do is keep the hardcore niche Xbox fan happy until they aren't getting third-party games due to low sales. You know, I think that's what it is. Microsoft is like, we don't want to completely remove ourselves, right? But we got to remove ourselves. So what's the best way to remove ourselves? Just launch a PC, but call it a console. And they could configure their, well, according to Caliber, they're already doing it. It's called dev mode. So they'll modify it, refine it. So you have that nice Xbox console UI, and it's on a PC that they sell at a high markup value. And there you go. You still have the Xbox store. You'll probably be able to install Steam, Epic Game Store, because it's Windows. You know, I doubt Microsoft will lock it. I doubt they'll lock the operating system. They're not going to do that. I mean, Hip Hop Gamer says it'll be Windows 11, or, you know, Windows anyway. But I don't think it'll be successful across the board, right? PlayStation will still dominate, right? It's going to be a dominating force. It's going to be between Nintendo and PlayStation. I am interested to see how Steam actually, because I think Steam obviously wants to do their Steam OS. I'm really interested in seeing Steam get in the game. I'm really interested to see how them jumping in the game for the console market and creating this rumored Steam console. Even though we know they made the Steam machine and it flopped miserably. It was a miserable flop. Some people don't even remember that flop existed. But they're going to give it another shot because console market is lucrative. There's billions and billions of dollars in console gaming, right? Because the marketplace, there's a huge presence of gamers that buy games through the console marketplace. And right now, it's primarily Sony. And then you got Nintendo for their end, right? But for the most part, Sony got that shit unlocked. And here's the thing. With people seeing Microsoft slowly exiting, I would imagine companies are like, there's no way we're going to leave all this on the table just for Sony and Nintendo. No way. They want to cut of that pie. They want to cut of that console market pie. So all this talk about console market dying, nobody. There's lots of money. Lots of money. Again, going back to what I said in the beginning, they're only saying that because Microsoft is getting out of it. So if Microsoft getting out of it, that means the entire industry is done with it. Nope. Console market's huge, and people want in. They're not going to leave it to just Nintendo and PlayStation. That's too much money. They have to try. And I think out of all the people that are serious, I think Valve. I think Valve is the most serious competitor. They got the PC market on lock. They got it on lock. They got the gamers. They got that industry, that side of the house of gaming on lock. Steam is the dominant storefront in PC gaming. Now they're trying to get Steam to be the dominant storefront in console gaming, but they need a console. They need a console in that market. So that way console gamers can buy it, and by the console gamers buying that Steam machine, well, let's call it Steam Machine 2 or whatever, they are now going to buy their games in Steam. And thus, Steam would be a competitive force in console gaming. And the reason why I want Steam to do it, because I have to see Sony's reaction. Because for every console that Steam sells, that's a console that's not being sold for PlayStation. You got console gamers opting to play console games on Steam, which means the Steam store will benefit from that console gamer. And I want to see how Sony reacts to that. It's one thing for PC, because Sony said PC, they don't view it as a threat. But a Steam console? Sony could be like, you got that Steam console number 1 at MPD and PlayStation 6 number 2? Matt Piscatella reports Steam consoles 2 months in a row, number 1 seller. I'm just saying, I want to see that. I want to see the fight. I want to see how Sony reacts to that. I want to see how Sony looks at Valve then. Now that Valve is trying to intrude in their territory, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But I don't think the industry is just going to leave console industry just for Nintendo and Sony. Because I'll be honest, in that environment, at least between them two, I think they too could be like, all right, you got this, we got that, and we're all going to eat. And I think Nintendo and Sony is fine on that front, right? Even though Sony's coming out with their own handheld, but I think the handheld is more like the AAA. Nintendo got their hand on lock. Listen, Switch 2 is selling blockbusters. That's not all cap. Switch 2, success. Already done. Nintendo got them IPs. They got them games. They got them IPs, and Nintendo's not playing with their IPs. They got a lot of IPs, right? They do their own exclusive deals. They make the games Nintendo gamers want, people want, 140 million, whatever. Now they surpass PlayStation 2 sales in the United States. Monte says, I want the drama. Oh, I so want the drama. Steam, PlayStation, I want it. Okay? I don't want peace. I want problems. I don't want peace. I want problems. You know? I want Sony to stress out when the MPDs come. I want that Steam console to be successful. Get out there. Do Valve. Do what you got to do. Make Half-Life 3 and it's exclusive to Steam. Please. Do not release that on any other platform. Not on Epic Game Store, nothing. It's only playable on Steam on PC and Steam console and Steam Deck. And, you know, anywhere that has Steam. Last says Valve will make exclusive. They got to. Launch that sucker with Half-Life 3. In fact, pack it in. Have Half-Life 3 in the box. As a bundle. Right from the get-go. Don't even put it as a game to buy on the side. No. Put it on the box. Half-Life 3 on the box to sell. Come on. Let's go, Gabe. Don't puss out. If you're going to go after Sony, you got to come in with knockout blows. Don't be coming in like, no. Jump at Sony and bite their face off. Go savage on them. Don't wuss out. Let them know you're not playing. I want to see it. I need to see it, bro. I need to see this. I know chances are low, but man, I hope Valve is formulating a battle plan and they just want to destroy Sony. I need them to commit to the destruction of PlayStation. Go all out. I'm just saying. I want to see it. I hope the rumors are true, and I hope Valve is serious. But I'm going to let you know, if I see one of you console Steam dudes play that furry stuff, you are blocked. You are blocked. You playing furry, not Nazi furry, blocked. I'm not blocked. Blocked and reported. Blocked and reported. I don't know why I'm gonna report, but I'm gonna report something. Something's gonna get reported. I'll report you to, what's that animal organization called? PETA? PETA? I'm reporting you to PETA. PETA? PETA? PETA. I'm screenshot and send it to PETA. Look at what this sexual deviant is doing to foxes. All right, we're not doing that here. All right, we're not doing that here. But anyway, let me get off, guys. Hey, thank you so much for rocking out for the channel. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. It's time for me to get up and play some games and stuff like that. Reminder, Monday is the podcast. Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, a half hour earlier. Be the last podcast for the year. You understand? Where am I at on subscribers? I'm so close to 10K. I'm so close. I am so close. I am at right now. Yep, I'm about 27 subscribers away from 10K. 27 subscribers away. 27. Let's end off the year at 10K and let's keep it pushing. But for everybody that's been rocking out, the members, the viewers, everybody, thank you so much. If I don't see you soon, if you don't come on my channel for the rest of the year, for whatever reason, you know, traveling, busy with family, I want to wish you guys Merry Christmas. I want to wish you Happy New Year's and Happy Holidays. You know, to cover down all the other holidays. I wish you guys the best. I want you to be safe. Enjoy your time with your family. Be safe traveling. Make the smart decisions. Do not drink and drive. There is no excuse now. This isn't the 80s. You got Uber. You got Lyft. You got whatever other service you got. Use them because they're much cheaper than paying a fine, going to jail, or God forbid, getting into an accident, and really, God forbid, killing somebody when you could have just paid the Uber. Spend the money, pay the 30, 40, 50 bucks, and enjoy your time. It's easy. It's in the app. Cut it out. Leave the car at home. Leave the keys at home. Take the transit, Toronto Transit. You understand what I'm saying? It's we're not in the 1980s, dog. You don't have to wait there and hail a cab. You can even reserve the time, right? Got it? Be safe. Enjoy your time. Don't be alone. And if you're alone for the holidays, don't. Call somebody. Even that friend you haven't called in a long time, just hear a voice on the phone. And if they tell you, oh man, hey, you want to come for Christmas dinner? No matter how you feel at that moment, where you know you want to say no because you're going to stay home alone, say yes. Say, you know what? I want to be with you guys. Be around people. Connect. Get that. The monitor, the screens don't have that same feeling with true connection. Go visit the brother and sister you haven't seen in years. Just connect. Pick up that phone, say hello, and when they want you to come over, go over. Be with people. All right? Since then, love you guys. If I don't see you on Monday or for the rest of the time, again, want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays. You guys take care. Your only friend in these YouTube streets, Puertorock77. Love you guys. You guys take care. Hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe. Let's get that 10K by the end of the year. You guys take care. Peace.